Hey everybody, welcome to my new series on getting healthy over 50, or as I like to call it, I don't want to die. Let's get into tracking your results. Okay, just like any journey, you can't know where you're going unless you know where you've been, because maybe you're already there. Does that make any sense? Of course it doesn't. I'm just rambling. Track your progress. One of the things I want to say is it also make sure you're using real numbers. When Lori was starting to play golf, I was adamant on her counting every single stroke. It used to drive her crazy, and I used to tell her, you can't know you're improving unless you're giving yourself real numbers. In golf, for example, if you know you made a 7 or an 8 on a hole, you write down 7 or an 8, because if you write down 6, the next time you go out, you don't know whether you improve. Well, next time you go out and you actually shoot a legitimate 6, did you improve? Well, not according to your results, you didn't. So make sure you're writing down, especially you golfers, make sure you're not cheating. Come on now, write down the real number. You know who you are. Make sure you're tracking the results with real numbers. Yeah, at first when you see them, you're not gonna like the numbers, and you're gonna wanna write down a smaller number, but regardless of what it is, whether it's weight loss or blood pressure or golf or whatever it is, if you track the correct numbers, it will show your progress. And or it's gonna show that you're on a plateau and you need to change something to get those numbers to work for you. Now, like I said, I think in yesterday's video, don't obsess on the numbers. Don't take your blood pressure 20 times, 30 times a day. If you're trying to lose weight, don't take your weight 30 times a day. If you're trying to lose weight, for example, it's going to fluctuate throughout the day. Between meals, it's going to be different. In the morning, it's going to be different. At night, it's going to be different. So with weight, pick a specific time of day that you're going to weigh. And usually for weight, I think it's probably first thing in the morning before you've consumed any foods. You've had a good night of rest, and that I'm not a weight loss expert, but that would seem to be the best time. You haven't taken any extra weight on for the day, so that would seem to be the best moment. With blood pressure, it's pretty much going to be, from what I'm seeing anyways, 3 times a day. I've been measuring it 2 to 3 times a day, but I've actually been measuring in between just to see if I'm having any anomalies. Coffee, we read, would only boost your blood pressure if you're not used to drinking coffee, and Lori and I literally have a cup of coffee every morning. So what I have been doing over the past few days is taking a reading before coffee and after coffee, about 30 minutes after coffee. Absolutely no change. It does not spike my blood pressure, not at all. So don't worry about certain things like that. Don't take it all every hour. It's just not necessary, because depending on what you're doing, it's going to ebb and flow just a little bit. I would try to get into a routine. God, you smell that? Lori, you might be able to hear cooking stuff in the background. Lori's cooking. It smells so good. You want to try to do it on a regular basis. I haven't been doing that. It's like, for me, morning is anywhere between 8 and noon, and afternoon is between like 2 and 6, and then nighttime is between after 8 and before 2 a.m. So I've been just taking them throughout the day. Again, I'm trying not to get too caught up on the numbers as far as when I'm measuring that exact number, but I want to at least do some tracking. So with that being said, 2 things we're going to address in today's video. We're going to address what my numbers are, and then I want to hear in the comments what your numbers are. I want to hear about you people that are progressing and coming with me on this journey. I want to hear what your numbers are. Talk about it in the comments. Now, I found a really cool app, and I think Lori stole my phone. Am I wearing my phone? No. Do I have it in my pocket? Sometimes I have it in my pocket. I don't know where my phone is. It's on my black desk sitting next to me, but it's a black phone, so there are tons of apps. Like, it doesn't matter what you want to do with your life, there's an app to track it or get you to improve on it. There's weight loss apps to track weight loss, and I just found out there's blood pressure apps that I'm assuming can even, like, I've got a thing on the back of my phone. If I put a fingerprint, it'll give me heartbeat and stuff like that. It'll probably track my blood pressure, I'm not sure. There's apps for everything, and I found a blood pressure monitoring app, and I will tell you what it is. Blood Pressure My Diary, and it tracks your blood pressure. So I stopped writing it down on a piece of paper, because that's 1800s, and decide to come into the 21st century. And you can see here, you have your profile on there, new entries, statistics, history. You can email your results to a doctor, which is really cool. And then there's other tools which I haven't even looked at. Remove advertising. Remove advertising means always paying for stuff. Importing stuff. Reminders on checking your blood pressure, so you can actually set reminders in here, which is really cool. I should probably use that. And then I don't know, the other settings I'm assuming is for imperial and metric. But you go into this app, you hit new entry, you just put in the number for systolic, then diastolic, your pulse, and then you can hit posture and whether it's seated or whatever it is. I would bring this in closer, but you're not going to be able to see it. It'll get really blurry. So hopefully you'll be able to see some of that. I put my weight in there, and so you can just drop your weight in and set that. It's really, really pretty cool. And then once you have that, you can come over to statistics and you can hit a line graph and you can see how that's working. And if you see my numbers that very, very first day, it's really hard to see, but hopefully you can catch a little bit of that. The graph has slowly gone down over these past several days. Both the systolic has gone down, diastolic has gone down. Diastolic took a few days, but then it dropped down. And then my weight has been fairly consistent, but it's been slowly dropping as well. That stuff drives Lori crazy. I've actually dropped almost 5 pounds in the last 5 days, just from running and eating just a little bit different. 5 pounds. It's crazy. It has that. The other cool thing it has is analytics. So in the analytics, it actually tells you, like my first date was June 17th, last Thursday. I found out about all this on Wednesday, the June 16th. June 17th was the next day I start checking. And it's really going to be really hard for you guys to see. I'll try to zoom in, but it's basically stage 2 hypertension, stage 1 hypertension, stage 2 hypertension. And then through the next day, it's all stage 2. The next day, there's some stage 1s and stage 2s. The next day, on Sunday, only 4 days in, I've got 1 elevated, which means I'm in the decent zone, but not quite there. 1 stage 1. On Monday, I actually had 1 in the normal. And when I say 1 in the normal, I do an average. So I take 3 and I do the average of that, right? Add up the 3 numbers. Let's say 140, 145, and 142. You add those 3 numbers up, divide by 3. And I take my average. So that's what I've been doing. So on that one, I had a very normal one, and then stage 1 hypertension. This morning, I checked it. I was 128 over 89, which is stage 1. So not so bad, and I can see what's going on. The one that's really cool, though, is the line graph. Being able to watch that slowly ratchet down is super cool. And it's encouraging as well. Like, okay, I'm going in the right direction. I'm doing the right things, and I'm not having any issues in there. Like every day, not one single time have I had this gigantic spike, whether it be after dinner or after lunch or breakfast, or whether I've been out running. I have had 0 spikes at all. So that's really encouraging for me. And hopefully it's really encouraging for you folks, especially for those of you who said I immediately needed to do medication. So I still have my doctor's appointment in 2 days. We'll go check that out. But my numbers are showing that things are coming slowly under control. And look, you might not get results in your first week. That's something that might not happen. You might not see it. But I've literally went from, our normal processed foods and Dr. Peppers every single day to done. And it's not like I've stopped drinking sodas. We went out to a restaurant a couple of times while we've been here, and I've had a soda. So I haven't completely cut that out. I'm just severely limiting that stuff. I don't think we've had any like breaded processed stuff in the last 5 days. Lori's been cooking and we've been going out, and when we've been going out, I've been really trying to, have a salad or whatever. I did do pasta one night. That didn't seem to do anything. Yeah, I had pizza one night, which is I guess it's fairly processed, but there's a lot of good stuff on there, peppers and mushrooms and onions and all that. But I did have pizza one night. That didn't seem to do anything. Yeah, if you slam pizza every day for the rest of your life, it's going to affect you, especially your weight, I would assume. So anyways, my numbers have been slowly decreasing. That's really, really encouraging, and I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. I'm going to continue to do a run every single day, and that has been fluctuating but depending on what time we get up, today was around 8:30. Normally my run is like 10ish or 11ish, somewhere around in there. But going to continue to do that. So what are your numbers? How many of you guys have decided, look, if this knucklehead can do it, I can do it. I need to get off the couch and take a walk. And that's what I'm asking you guys to do. Just take a walk. You don't have to go out and run. Go out and get to the end of the driveway for a little bit, and then the end of the neighbor's driveway, and so on and so forth. All right? I went through that a lot yesterday. I rambled quite a bit. So what are your numbers? Put them down below. If you're in your 50s or 60s and you don't have a blood pressure monitor, you should probably have one. And let's say the first week you test it and you test normal all that week. Well, stop taking your blood pressure every day. Test it once a week, maybe even once a month. Maybe that's all you have to do. Maybe you are a super clean, healthy liver, and that's it. You just go, okay, well, once a month's all I need to take. But then all of a sudden, 1 month, you take a reading and it's off the charts. You're going, I might need to check this a little bit more. Then go into a full week of check-in. So it's not necessary that you check it every day, but I think as you get older, you should probably check that stuff. And since they have devices now that, you can check it on your own, why not? You used to have to do it manually, put the cuff on and listen to your, the pops in your blood vessels in the veins to know what's going on, by doing a manual cuff. And you can do that yourself, but with the new monitors, it's so easy just to have, if you spend 80 or $100 on a monitor, you're going to get something that's pretty badass. It's got some great technology that can track your numbers for you. You wouldn't even need the app at that point. It does all the stuff for you. So it, again, is 80 to $100 worth your life, worth your health. I would say it is, because none of us would think twice about going out and spending 80 to $100 on a night out, on a dinner for 2 or 3 people or 4 people. So get a monitor and track it. What are your numbers? Put them in the comments below. That's all I've got for today. It was going to be short, but I know I rambled, so it is what it is. If this is your first time here, it'd be awesome if you like the video. Hang out with us, get healthy with us, and subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.